very own society. And welcome to the Tyrant's legendary walkthrough of Halo Wars. Today's mission is Anders' Signal. So please don't forget, rate, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.
Hey, how about one for the scrapbook, Professor?
If you don't mind, Sergeant, I'm trying to document this area for study.
You will come with me.
Why don't we put the lady down and talk about this man to freak?
As you wish.
Anders, get out of here!
I'll come quietly if you let him live.
Sir. I'm okay. Spirit of Fire, this is Forge. I lost Anders.
What happened?
Some massive elite came out of nowhere.
Captain, I'm tracking her transponder. It's heading away from the planet.
Damn it.
Sergeant, get up here on the double.
Already en route, sir. We're all accounted for. Why haven't we left yet?
Why aren't you in the med bay, Sergeant?
The Professor's signal has gone to light speed, headed for the border.
That puts it outside weapon range.
What? We have to go after her.
Sir, I can only track that transponder a few more seconds.
Captain!
Sir, Anders represents a significant security breach.
Serena, get us underway immediately. Follow that signal.
Aye, aye, sir. So, we left a note saying we're leaving, right?
Where the hell are we, Serena?
We're in orbit around a planet in the middle of... Actually, I'm still working on that, sir.
Anders?
The Covenant vessel we pursued appears to have taken cover on the planet's surface. I have rough coordinates.
Any sign of other Covenant activity?
Not that I can detect. Although this world is giving off some pretty crazy readings.
Get Forge down there.
I believe he's already aboard a Pelican, awaiting your word.
Spirit of Fire. Elephant recon teams Echo and India are clear of hostiles and moving to potential base sites. Over.
Roger that. Sergeant Forge, you will need to clear that fire line just ahead of your location and get to your beacon. We'll follow up at that time.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Tyrant's legendary walkthrough for Halo Wars. Today we are doing Mission 8, entitled Anders' Signal. Now, I have a little confession to make. I have not played this game all the way through. I've been trying to master each mission one at a time, just for my own sake of, not knowing how the game goes. I'm as surprised as you are when you watch it, and, it also keeps me from doing spoilers. I've had a lot of fun doing it this way so far. And aside from Spartan Assault, this is also the last Halo game until Halo 5 Guardians comes out, so I want to make it as special as I can. Now, this mission throws a double whammy in your face. You get introduced to brutes for the first time. They seem a little bit stronger than elites. Those guys in particular are special forces. And you also get introduced to the Flood. Now, I knew that the Flood appeared in this game, but I thought it wasn't until the next mission, because it's titled The Flood. But apparently they arrive a little bit early. You have 3 elephants in this mission, one that you control right out of the box, and you have to protect all 3 of them. If any one of those elephants is destroyed, you lose the mission. It is kind of a 2-part mission. Your first part is trying to get through this wave of brutes. So first what you want to do is deploy the elephant, and when you see that brute chopper coming, you know they're coming your way. try to make an even number of both flame troops and regular Marines. The regular Marines are fairly decent against the brute choppers. Oh, my favorite vehicle in the Halo franchise. Get to the chopper. But also, the flame troops are really good against the standard brutes. Now, of course, you already have the Y ability with the Marines, which I'm pretty sure you always do anyway. So, again, what you want to always try to do is have an even number just for this first part. Now, your supplies grow really, really slowly here. So, again, try to be conservative. Do not just send your Marines out there to die. You've got Sergeant Forge here, too, who's next to useless without his Gauss Hog. What I like to do is once the brutes are triggered, they come in waves. I'll start shooting at them, but I'll retreat back to the elephant just to make sure the elephant has plenty of cover. Do keep an eye on the elephant's health, though. Once again, if your elephant dies or either the other two die, you're, well, pretty much in the hole. So you want to hold out here long enough for your Spartan allies to show up. So while that's going on, I want to say that I played this mission a few times, and the first time through, I actually got a gold medal inadvertently on Legendary.
I thought you said there weren't any signs of the Covenant
Yeah,
down
well,
here.
they're not technically Covenant. Anyway, so, well, I guess they are. They're just outcasts or space monkeys or whatever. Anyway, the first time I played this mission, it took a while, but I inadvertently got a gold medal. And I had a lot of fun doing it, too. This mission is not that intensive. There really aren't any vehicles that you have to fight aside from brute choppers. So it does give you a little bit of time to feel things out a little bit. And you have a lot of options available to you as well once you finally get to start building your base. The second time I went through this mission, I got through it in about half the time because I skipped all the side objectives. And I got a bronze medal. I wasn't very happy. So what I'm going to do this time around is, because since this is the first mission with the Flood and with the brutes, I'm going to try to make this an all-inclusive type of thing. What I want to do here is I'm going to show you all the side objectives, which is kill, I believe, 750 Flood infection forms, rescuing 4 groups of ODSTs, and I also believe there is a black box in this mission as well. So I'm going to show you how to do all those things. But first we have to survive this initial wave of brutes. Again, you want to do the whole yo-yo thing we've been talking about throughout the entire walkthrough, where you strike, then retreat, strike, then retreat. Don't just send them in all willy-nilly. That sounded dirty. Okay, so now your 3 Spartans show up. Now don't worry about these guys. They are for this, at least this little segment, those 3 Spartans are completely invincible. They can't die. They're here literally to wipe out the rest of the brutes and the grunts right over there. And once they do, you can gather those supplies, have a little bit of boost to your economy. Everything's all good. I mean, this guy's literally getting triple teamed by choppers and just sitting there right in the middle of it. Again, these guys are completely invincible. Your Spartans are very, very effective in this mission. The jump jet brutes are a little bit annoying. They just kind of drop in anywhere. And what sucks even more is that the brutes in the Flood do not fight each other in this mission, seriously. But at least I can see why the Covenant sent brutes here. I mean, obviously, you know, they're cannon fodder anyway. And those 3 Spartans just completely annihilated that entire little task force of brutes. Good stuff. Special forces my ass. Don't. He's not even trying to hijack it. Ugh. Daughter! Back in the dice! Okay. So, once you've got these guys all set, it's not a bad idea to go ahead and advance them a little bit. Make sure you gather your supplies. Again, you don't need to support your Spartans until you get that little message right there. In which case, once the Spartans are in your control, then they become vulnerable. But until then, they're completely invincible. Okay, so there's elephant number 2. And, uh-oh. God, the popcorn's alive! I should have never seen that double feature of Zombie World War Z and Pacific Rim. Ah! I knew they'd come back for me one day.
Find out what's happening.
I'm sorry, next time I'll eat gummy worms instead. So go ahead and let's go ahead and gather these supplies over here.
Wait, over there. What the
Uh-oh.
hell was that?
Elephant number 3.
This is India.
The popcorn is scaling the trees. I know, my reaction exactly. That was also my reaction 10 minutes into Transformers 3.
You got it. Suits me.
So once you've got these going, advance to where you see the beacon over here. A little bit further up. Now, before you can build your base, you're going to have to rescue the first elephant. I try to keep the Marines back for the most part because they're extremely vulnerable to the Flood, just like in the rest of the Halo franchise. Your Spartans, on the other hand, not so much. And to be honest with you, between Forge and the Spartans, I can't believe I said Forge, they can pretty much deal with the entire left-hand side of the map on their own as long as you're careful with it. But again, you miss all those side objectives, and it does take a little bit longer, and in my opinion, it's a lot more boring. Personally, I like to go the aerial route here with Hornets and Vultures. So we're going to move these guys up.
Right away. On the way. Send us out.
It does not hurt to deploy your elephant for more troops if you need them. I mean, at this point, if you look at our economy right here, we've got, you know, over 600 credits, or I don't know what it is.
Sure thing.
So if you need it, it is there. So once you actually get your infantry to a certain point, let them stay behind, let Forge and the Spartans go ahead so that you can actually rescue that other elephant.
Sure thing. Marines.
Da-da. Da-da.
On the move.
I don't know, I always just get this really creepy feeling. I will say they nailed this one pretty good because, again, they introduced not one but 2 factions in this mission. Even I didn't see that coming. Why they didn't call this mission the Flood, I don't know, but I guess it's because Anders was kidnapped. What kind of disappoints me about this is it really doesn't explain the last 2 missions and their importance to the plot. You found a Dome of Light, you found a scarab, a bunch of people died, and where did it get you? Nowhere.
I'm moving. Marines reporting for duty.
But I guess at the very least it was kind of fun.
We must be close. I'm there.
And the cutscene triggers.
I believe teams Echo and India are compromised. Over.
As you can see, some sort
I'm
of
not reading any brute signatures.
grave mind has this thing.
Not Covenant, sir. Something else. Something worse. Much ugly.
And for those of you who are disappointed that I was just talking through the cutscene, keep in mind I am uploading all 15 of these missions in one large video, full campaign and cutscenes with no narration or talking. So please don't scream at me. That flare means you were close to the elephant. Of course, the cutscene sort of tipped you off there anyway. So make sure you get your Marines back up. These grave mine type things, see that swarm right there? They are extremely deadly to your Marines. Not so much to Forge and the Spartans, but I mean, look, they already turned them into Flood. Ugh.
Let's do this.
So grab your Spartans one by one.
On the move. Got it.
Since apparently they're all mixed in anyway. And of course, as you see, we got a Spartan with a chain gun, a Vulcan cannon, whatever. Oh, he just killed his buddy. One with a rocket launcher, one with a Spartan laser, just like in previous missions, and you've got Forge here as well. The great thing about either one of these guys is if they die, if you go back to them once their health is about halfway back up, they get revived. So they they never fully die. They just go missing in action. Those little pod things are pretty deadly too, especially when they start launching those, I don't know, spore clouds or whatever they are. As you can see, you also get that side objective that says 750 infection forms killed. We're going to try to do that too. Once you start hearing that little signal of the shield being down, go ahead and retreat them back, and I'm pretty sure this guy's about to be toast. He got picked on. That's okay. We'll come back for you later. No! Other way! Other way! There we go. So we're going to give these guys a couple of minutes to recharge. The Flood do not seem to advance to this location. So just kind of wait here for just a minute. Get your Spartan back up. There are a couple of types of these Flood dens, it seems like. One that shoots that thing, actually 3 kinds. One that isn't offensive at all, and the other just really does look like a grave mine. It's got tentacles and it produces Flood. It's, So come on. Faster. Go faster, get to the chopper now! There we go. Got the message move near to revive, so we are in good shape. If you have extra credits, you can use the Spirit of Fire's healing ability. Not a bad idea. And there's our elephant engrossed in what looks like an old man's balls. What the hell are you guys thinking? So again, take your time. Don't rush in. Let them come to you. And no. Okay. I think that Flood pod just jizzed itself. Go back. Go back. Alright, here we go. So far we're doing alright. Now when you do destroy those Flood dens, it drastically reduces the amount of combat and infection forms that are sent your way. So, not a bad idea. There are carriers here too. They're very destructive towards buildings, as I found out the hard way. I'm not really sure towards units. I just sort of kill them when I see them on instinct. And, oh, Spartan's down again. Don't you know how to stay alive? God, you'd think Cat was in this forest. Alright, go. Back. Alright, so you do have combat forms with flamethrowers as well. Pretty deadly, more against your Marines than against Spartans. But here, once again, I'm going to be using the healing ability just to make sure these guys can sort of hold their own. There's one more, I believe, Flood Den, the Grave Mine one I was telling you about, just to the north of that ball sack. So as you approach, the tentacles are your biggest enemy. If you're just using Marines right here, they grab your Marines and toss them around like candy. It's actually kind of creepy. As you can see. Release the Kraken! So you want to target those things first. Your Spartans are very effective against them. Your Marines not so much. They're just little camouflage color candies. But it does pave the way, once you get those tentacles down, for you to destroy the rest of the Flood formations around the elephant. And when that happens, you can go ahead and just send the elephant back to the other location, where your other elephant is. We did leave the other elephant behind. As you can see, it is not getting touched at all. We have had no warnings about the elephant since we left it there. So far, we are completely on the offensive. And I'm sure I've been offensive at the same time. So again, whenever you see a bunch of Flood coming towards you and you've got Marines, you want to run in the other direction while shooting. Keeps your Marines alive while still dealing some damage. So we have one last... Look, man, I don't know what type of Viagra he took, but man, he is everywhere. Oh, back in. I guess his wife just walked in the door. Oh, I guess we have this one too. And that's the other little grave mine I was telling you about. I think that's what it is, despite them calling it something different. But that's what it does look like, and that's what I'm sticking to. Oh, and oh, poor guy. So where do the Marines go after they get tossed? They just sort of disappear. As you can see, flamethrowers are very effective against all organic walks of life, but again, you just want to be careful here because just like flamethrowers are susceptible to, or everything's susceptible to flamethrowers that is organic, the Flood are pretty much their own answer to the flamethrower. So now that the elephant is safe... Oh, run, run! More jizz, more Flood jizz, go! Go ahead and send this guy back to base, he should be fine. Your base is finally ready to be built. You want to upgrade this thing as quickly as possible. I like to send the elephants to the northwestern part of the base. They seem pretty safe there. You automatically get started out with turrets. Nice. And there are a couple of ways to do this. You can ignore your base entirely and just try to get the rest of the elephants, or you can do the fun thing, in my opinion. I know not everyone has the same opinion, but if you have one that's different, you're just wrong! Then you want to go for some of the side objectives too, because again, it's kind of a slowly paced mission if you want it to be that way, and I like that. I like it when I can just sort of take my time and do things.
Our database has nothing on their origins, or, well, anything about them, really.
Shut up, Serena. So, at this point, you've got your turrets. Here's my recommendation. You want your base to be as armed as possible because you will be attacked by floods, sometimes brutes as well.
Serena, you ever hear the phrase, too much information?
Well, if she'd take her clothes off, I wouldn't mind if she talks so much. Okay, so anyway, what you want to do, there are 3 types of turrets. If I haven't already explained this, you've got rail, which is great against vehicles. You've got rockets, which are great against, or missiles, which are great against aircraft. And you've got flame mortar, which is great against troops. Since at this point you're only going to be fighting against infantry, you want to make sure that each one of your turrets has the flame mortar upgrade to it. And also, once you get your field armory up, you want to make sure they upgrade to large turrets. First medium, then large. Trojan man. And that way your base is pretty strong. I also tend to leave the Spartans behind at this point, because between your Spartans and the fully upgraded turrets, you know, they can pretty much hold their own. I also like to spin up a couple of Hornets as well. While your aerial units can be attacked in this mission, it's not nearly to the extent that your infantry and ground units can. So, you know, you've got 3 options. Infantry, I mean, you could technically build all 3 if you didn't want any supplies or reactors, but infantry, tanks, or air units. Again, because you're going up against the flood and their aerial defenses are just extremely minimal, I tend to go that route. Plus, it's more fun. I like using vultures and hornets. But again, that's entirely up to you. I like to try to build 3 supply pads, 2 fully upgraded reactors, the field armory, and of course, an airfield. Now, the flood tend to attack from 2 sides. The right side over there that you just saw, and also over there on the left, so you're going to want to have to micromanage your Marines and Spartans here to move back and forth to counter them, especially before your turrets are fully upgraded. I tend to concentrate all my Spirit of Fire heals on on my turrets, at least until they're fully upgraded and my base is fully fortified. Now again, you see where my elephants are right there. They tend to be pretty safe unless you just get completely overwhelmed and forget about your base.
Field armory complete.
I'm moving.
So I'm going to see if I can start moving forward a little bit. This can be boring if you do not go for the side objectives, because you're just sitting there waiting for things to upgrade, and really there's not a whole lot of point there at that point. So as you can see, the flame mortar is very effective against the flood, and I don't know why when I do the select local units, even still far away from the base, the elephants just want to jump in. No wonder it's such a freaking challenge to make them live.
Base under attack.
UNSC Marines at their finest, folks. And no, I said UNSC, not US. No letters, please. Not this time. So far we're pretty much repelling the attacks fairly well. Again, once your turrets are fully upgraded, you really won't have a whole lot of trouble repelling forces. Just keep a steady eye on your base, heal when you need to. And I do, again, recommend keeping your Spartans around there. We're going to use aircraft to scout the terrain later. And getting a couple of Hornets in the air as well to guard your base is not a bad idea. Just like I did in Arcadia, I believe, City? Yes. Arcadia City, you want to upgrade your Hornets as much as possible. You've got your pairs that sit on the side, as well as rocket barrage and that sort of thing. And I like to upgrade the vultures as well once they're finally in production.
Turret upgraded.
And while all that's going on, you can do your little side objective. It's really not that complicated. It's just a little bit of exploring, and you just need to micromanage your troops a little bit. You want to sort of gauge your attacks. Because, again, they come in waves. So when I start moving away from the base, it's typically right after a wave of attacks. That way I've got a little bit of time. And, of course, one of your attacks is coming over there from the right anyway, which we're going to destroy. And that's one of those flood dens. So everything's looking good so far. We do want to upgrade these reactors as soon as possible. They are expensive to upgrade. I think 1,200 credits each. It's kind of a pain in the butt. But they are necessary in order to upgrade the turrets to our max potential. And she likes max potential. Okay, so we got our next wave coming. There is a flood den just, again, right to the east of our location. We're going to take that out on our way to the black box. And you can see our infection kill count right there on the right-hand side, too, just below our radar. Our little mini-map. And one of the benefits of building a powerful base is you'll pretty much get that objective automatically. Plus, if you're going around scouting for ODSTs and all the little extra objectives, you'll get it too. And it really does help towards your score. Keep in mind that the color medal you get is based on the score, not the time. The time does help because it gives you multipliers if you complete it fast enough. But if you ignore everything else, it's not going to matter. I think I might actually be starting to get the hang of this game. Okay, so we're going to start moving our Marine forces over here towards the black box and also to at least temporarily destroy that den. They do eventually revive themselves, as I've found out the hard way. So again, just keep an eye on your Marines here. Make sure, you know, their health is at, you know, full stat. Again, you know, pretty much your Spartans and your Hornets should be able to, you know, handle up just fine. I like to leave at least one Spartan behind. No man behind. And hopefully he won't become an army of none. But he does guard the base pretty well, along with a couple of other Hornets, so I'm not too worried at the moment, especially now that we're finally upgrading our turrets. There is a flood den. Once this is gone, it will reduce the attacks on your base for a limited period of time. Always good. And we're going to move down here and collect this little black box. No, there's not a ring inside. There we go. That's black box number 8. I will be doing a separate guide for skulls and boxes. Not skulls in boxes. Don't ever go into Tyrant's basement. So, you know, for those of you who have been wondering, I also got asked last time, why don't I use skulls in these? And the short answer is, when I used beneficial skulls in my Halo 2 guide, as well as my Halo Anniversary guide, people complained. And, you know, again, the point in doing that was to show you how to beat the mission easier. You know, it was for you guys, not for me. But, you know, again, for whatever reason, you just wanted the vanilla, flat-out version. So that's what I'm doing here. Not using skulls. Again, for my skull guide, I'll go through each of the skulls, tell you what they're good for. So if you want to go back and play these with skulls on, you'll know what skulls are most beneficial to you and where. So your first group of ODSTs, I believe, is up here. I don't think I memorized these locations by heart, but there's 4 of them total. And yep, there we go. Now what I like to do here is just simply send the ODSTs back to your base. It reinforces your base and you don't have to lose any of these guys. Doesn't hurt to grab the supplies first, though. Let's go ahead and grab that. Also, you guys have been asking me about Halo 2 Anniversary. Well, technically, it's not Halo 2 Anniversary. I was right. It's the Master Chief Collection. And I'm very excited about it. Some of you have been wondering if I'm going to be doing anything with that or not. And the answer is, you know, I've been thinking about it long and hard, and stop thinking that way. But no, I think I will do a legendary guide for it, simply because if they fix the bugs that were in Halo 2, like those overpowered mother something jackal snipers. But anyway, because I know that, again, you wanted me to see me go through that game without beneficial skulls on, and I'm sort of already doing that with Halo Anniversary by going back and doing Halo Classic Combat Evolved. So I will do that with Halo 2 Anniversary, and just for the graphics. I mean, the graphics so far, just on the pictures I've seen and the footage, look absolutely beautiful. And just to kind of honor the arrival of Halo 5. So, yes, I will be doing that as well. So we rescued our first group of ODSTs, slowly building up our forces here as far as the air is concerned. Again, you want to upgrade your Hornets, both max troop capacity and rockets, and also upgrade the population count if you can as well. Does not hurt. So there's our barrage.
Local units.
And at this point, we're just sort of going to scout the terrain and find our other 3 groups of ODSTs while the rest of our base is upgrading. Again, just drop a heal on your turrets from time to time because we're not going to be keeping a tight eye on our base anymore. Once your turrets are fully upgraded, they should be able to handle themselves, as long as, provided that you keep your Spartans around the base, as well as Sergeant Forge, and you're sending your ODSTs back there. So you should be fairly fortified at this point, and that's a lot for my tongue. And that's what she said! Alright, so moving forward again, once you start getting close to these flood egg type things, you'll know that you're near ODSTs. Popping them can give you a variety of things, and there's no way I could say this without sounding dirty. Okay, but they give you supplies sometimes. Other times it's flood infection forms, which does count towards your score. I do believe the spore clouds can come of that as well, so just be careful. I would, before you go popping crazy, send your ODSTs back to your base after they've gathered the supplies. Keep them safe, keep them alive. Shaft pile, well, I mean, it couldn't hurt. What the hell, let's keep them all alive here. I'll probably get 2 or 3 vultures after this. You don't need a really large force to tackle the rest of the mission, especially since it's in the air. I'm going to max out the carpet bombing as well because I want to take out these flood dens as quickly as possible when you encounter them.
Local units.
Even though they're not that effective against aerial units, still. So I'm just going to shoot a few more of these things to go towards my infection form count. You don't have to do this, but it does help out your score. We're already 2/3 of the way there. And it's cool because you can basically do your 2 side objectives at the same time, and this is also going towards your path towards your final elephant. We've already rescued 2 of the 3. The last one's down here. You see in our little mini map right there, the last little node on the left hand side, the bottom left, that's where your other elephant is. It's a little bit more heavily guarded than the other one as well.
Resources required.
Okay, so now we can finally start building vultures. These are heavy towards your population count. Sorry, my alarm went off.
Local units.
But they're almost indestructible in this mission just because there's really not a lot that can take them out at this point. So there's our 3rd group of ODSTs. Just, no, don't select the Hornets. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and send those back to base as well. And as you can see, our base is pretty much holding its own at this point. I mean, between the Spartans and the ODSTs and the fully upgraded turrets, there's really not much that can tear this place up anymore. Quite contrary to the last mission where a Scarab just completely gangbanged our entire base, or had the potential of doing it anyway. So keep building up these guys. We're almost at max capacity here. Like I said, 2 or 3 vultures along with your little fleet of Hornets should do the trick. You could build all vultures if you wanted to, but because we were already building Hornets anyway to help protect our base in the beginning, I don't bother. But it doesn't hurt to fully upgrade their carpet bombing ability. which is also, I believe, a Spirit of Fire ability. Not that it's really all that necessary in this mission. Plus, I have fun taking them out individually anyway. But that's up to you. Okay, we're almost at our side objective capacity. We have about 120 some odd, well, okay, now about 100 infection forms left to kill. The vultures are a little bit slow, but heavily armored, and once you've fully upgraded them, they're just completely devastating against any ground forces. Haven't got a chance to really try them against air yet, though. But I'm sure we will later on in the game. Don't spoil it for me, though, because I haven't played the other missions yet. I do take these one at a time, as I said earlier. I'll probably end up doing the same with Spartan Assault.
Carpet bomb. Improve.
Alright, that's
More
right.
resources required.
Keep giving me more missiles. Lots more projectiles. I've always wanted a missile this big between my legs. Ha ha ha. Okay, so anyway, now that we have our forces almost completely stocked as far as our aerial unit, our little miniature ground fleet is concerned. We get one more. Yeah, this is taking forever. Once you've gone ahead and maxed out your aerial forces, go ahead and just start scanning the rest of the area. We have one group of ODSTs left to find, and of course the final elephant.
Local units.
This should be enough for now, though. Like I said, you're pretty much only fighting Flood at this point, and while they can attack your aerial units, they really can't do a lot of damage to them. And I believe we're probably approaching another ODST outpost. Come on, getting closer. Yeah, this is really weird. I do like how they maxed out the Flood in this game. They really do bring them out to their full capacity. You get to see what kind of damage these things really do to a planet. What kind of creeps me out a little bit, though, and maybe you find out later in the game, I don't know, is how they got on the planet to begin with. I mean, I thought they were secured in the rings. And if they got on the planet, it'd be pretty much galactic slaughter.
Base under attack.
Okay, that is our last group of ODSTs. Send them back to the base. We have our side objectives complete, aside from killing, I think, what is it, 18 more Flood infection forms? Yeah, that's going to be pretty easy. We'll just pepper these around here. I'm not going to worry about the supplies at this point, because we have everything maxed out as far as... No, 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 no. Go back, go back, go back. I said local units. Local units. Okay, and we have gotten our 750 infection forms. Alright, so all side objectives completed at this point. Hopefully that means we get a decent medal. Anything but bronze, please. Or wood, or metal, or tin, or whatever the hell they are. And now we're going to head towards the final elephant. Again, we have a fully upgraded Air Force. So it should not be any issue. Apparently this guy has been indulging himself in Viagra, and I just shot him down. So you've got a couple of Flood dens here. Go ahead and knock them out. I do like to just check on my base occasionally, just to be on the safe side. I do know that once you rescue this final elephant, the attacks get a little bit more intense. But at this point, your base is so heavily overpowered that it doesn't matter anymore. Now again, you do not have to take the long route, but I thought this was just a little bit more fun than, just, sending a couple of Spartans, or I'm sorry, just letting your base take all the hits and then rescuing or sending your Spartans off. Bleh, bleh. Sorry, I woke up like 20 minutes ago. Well, wait, this is a 40-minute long film. Never mind. But yes, there is a shorter way to do this. It just, you're going to get like a bronze medal, and it's not quite as satisfying.
Hostiles clear. Let's move. It's getting darker out here.
Alright, so all elephants rescued at this point. We just got to get this last one over to the base. I'm going to have my aerial units escort him over there. Once the elephant has reached the base's vicinity, the mission is complete.
All right, let's get everyone back to the base. Move, move, move.
you really shouldn't have any opposition at this point either. I mean, we've already gone around destroying the flood dens. You've uncovered, well, except for that one, apparently. He's just getting hammered. He's just sitting there like, I didn't do anything. You live another day. Grave mine's anus. And we have, looks like one little last attack. Just as the vultures come in and say, nope, don't think so. Come on. And they left the elephant behind. Oh well. There's nothing standing in his way at that point. Now, watch this. The Flood are going to hijack a MAC gun and just destroy it at this point. Come on. Come on. As you can see, the attack's getting slightly more intense, but the elephant made it just in time, and she shoots, she scores. Whew. Mission complete. That is mission 8 under Signal on Legendary. Let's see how we did in terms of metal color.
I'm still trying to confirm Professor Anders' coordinates. A large plot and all that.
Whew. Awesome! Gold medal. Very high score count. I like it. I got to check out my stats real quick. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe to MythicTyrant.com for more Halo videos every single week. Please rate, comment, and subscribe if you love me, even if you don't. Again, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I'm the Tyrant, signing off.